The Toddler King by Christine V. Harapiak. What should we make of a country that takes Donald Trump as its leader a second time? The first time could be seen as an unplanned marriage, that pounding head waking up the morning after in Vegas, married to the wedding singer moment. But the second time? Knowing what's passed between you? After finally getting the chance to raise your unheard voice, who would make this choice? They know he won't change, but they've missed the wild swings of their toddler king, apparently. Oh, imagine Donald Trump the toddler. No, not the grown man behaving badly, but the real boy, small and stumbling and awkward, the occasional bump on his knees when he fell, counting on others to teach him how to share his toys, how to keep breathing when the focus shifted from here to there. Someone should have shown him how to win and how to lose, with grace, should have lit up at his delight, that smile on his little face. Maybe someone did. But the unquenchable thirst to be first came from somewhere, and I can see past those burned-down places in his heart, to that small boy still not sure of his worth. And now he crashes through the world like a dime store King Kong, poorly manufactured and smelling like fear to all who come near him, climbing his way to the tops of tall buildings with pulleys and strings and ropes and things, hoping no one will notice he's plastic and broken and made mainly in Moscow. He's not content to simply be president of those United States, to fix all that's been broken with each word that's spoken. It's not enough. He wants more. He starts with his nose pressed close against the window of the Oval Office, not even president yet. He proposes Canada be the 51st state, supposes Greenland can be his with a check, payable at a later date, and demands that the Panama Canal be returned to him. I imagine him stamping his tiny feet as he wanders down empty and echoing marbled halls, chased by the unpaid debt of promises unmet at home, before he throws his sprawling ambition against everybody else's walls. Canada won't riot when the toddler king calls our prime minister the governor of the 51st state. We'll stay quiet. But Greenland's tied to Denmark, and the Danes won't play the toddler's game. They don't ignore him or redirect him. They firmly decline his offer, and a biting satirical claim makes the rounds in their name. Why doesn't Denmark run the states if the job is too much for him to handle? Why don't they create world-class education and health care without corruption or scandal? Under their cool and steady hands, the satirist reassures us in a social media post, the country could be transformed from an empty mass of land into a great nation. Again, he hopes. The real Danes have a storied history of pushing their Viking longboats out into the nearest sea when the tides are right, reaching boldly towards their goals even if it means they have to fight. These modern-day Danes aren't looking for trouble, don't joke about conquering their friends, but like all reasonable folks, they look for fire every time they smell smoke. Some people treat the toddler king's extraterritorial posturing as humor. "Can't you take a joke?" they say grimly. But nobody's laughing. Nobody dares smile. Even Canada speaks up, isn't customarily sorry after a while. United for once, from rural to urban, we give up on our neighborly ties one by one, starting with Kentucky bourbon. My mind wrestles me from sleep most nights, eyes still burning from the shock of my latest social media feeds. I lie wide awake and wondering if it's too late to turn back the clock, so that Donald Trump the man could let Donald Trump the boy out of his frozen ice castle to play before the Danes release their Vikings and the next great age of invasion is on its way.